What's up, party people? Hey everybody, my name's Chris, and I'm a bookaholic. Today is a simple video. I have about 7 books here that I'm going to ask which one I should read as I get ready to try to wrap up January. Now, I have a couple I'm finishing up, working on. One I am in the midst of, and I'm loving, is A Fool's Hope by Mike Shackle. Potentially, by the time this video comes out, I might actually be on the last one until the last. And I've already done a little bit of video work on this series because I love it. In addition, I'm hoping to finish this up realistically before the end of the month. I talked a little bit about in the end of review video for 2023 for fiction, my love for J.C.M. Byrne, and this is the most recent contribution to the Hybrid Helix series, and I love it. So, anyhoozle, there's a couple right there that I am finishing. I have a couple others that I'm slowly working my way through, but if I get them done, then I can include them in my wrap-up video for January, and if I don't, then I'll just kind of move them to later. They're slow burns, so I'm reading a little bit here and there, and I'm okay with that. So, anyways, I have these 7 books that I'd like to get your opinion on. Which should I try to get in before January's done, or maybe make a priority in the beginning of February? I'm kind of moving a little bit away from the idea of a hard and fast TBR for every month, because if you looked at any of the videos from last month, I failed. I didn't do any of them. I mean, well, realistically, I did maybe 1 out of the 10 in that list, and I read a whole bunch of other things that weren't ever on a list. So I realized lists and I were not really good friends. So, type A personality, no. But that being said, I am curious what you would read, or maybe you've read some of these, or you liked your experience with the one you read. So here we go. This is kind of a new book, Naomi Alderman, and probably known for the previous book. I think it was called The Power, and that book, I think, known for the first book, The Power. My confusion is, I'm not sure if these two are meant to be read together. Like, can you read this without reading this? I think they are. I don't know anything about either, so we'll see. But I'm curious about this one. I think when I did a little brief sneak a peek, I thought this could be kind of interesting. So anyway, so Naomi's book, The Future, that's number 1 on the list. And I mean, look, if you read The Power and you thought that's like amazing and you should read that first, then okay, that's good to know. I'd like to know that. The second book that's on my list of I want to read it, especially sooner than later, is R.S. Ford, Engines of Empire. It's kind of a, it's an orbit book, and look at that. Love it. So, boy, I don't know anything about this. I thought I saw this out there in the world of BookTube and seemed like people were enjoying it. So, anyway, that's number 2. R.S. Ford's Engines of Empire. So, that is the second. The third, and I know a lot of love was given to this series. I haven't started it yet, but The Gutter Prayer, I'm trying to figure out if this is YA or what. But maybe you've read this, maybe you like this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Would you read this one over this one? What about the Future? Would that be one as well? So that's 3, not counting The Power. But here's The Bone Ships by r.s.barker. And boy, I've been wanting to read this. And I know that for many of you, this book is phenomenal. I definitely want to read it. Should I make it a priority? Like, which of these so far? So we've got these 3, and we got The Future. The only reason I'm not, oh, there we go. Which one's next? Okay, 3 left. Short video. We'll just see what you think. Give me a, your. I don't know why. 2 in a row here by R.s.barker, but why not, right? So this Gods of the Word Wood, or the Weird Wood. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. It's the Forsaken trilogy, Orbit. In fact, I would say most of these are Orbit, or a lot of them are at least. I mean, the font looks pretty. I mean, it looks like I can fly through this a bit. So, the lands are wild with gods. Our woods are wild with monsters. So, anyway, thoughts? Would you read this? Or would you read this? Or would you read this? You get the point. Or this. Or these. Like, Chris, just read them all. I know, I want you, okay? I want you. I'm just trying to see which one I should put up, But, if I had a lot of high praise for, the bone ship, then I probably should go for that. I don't need... I'm a grown man, so I don't need someone to tell me what to read, but I'm looking for, some substance here. So if you've read it and you think, Chris, this really was a good book, that would be great. Let me tell you what, I always think it's funny when someone says, hey, what should I read? And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, you're a grown up, you pay your mortgage every month, so you could probably figure out what book to read. But there's this other part of me that's like, okay, so I haven't obviously read everything, but I kind of would like to know. And whenever I see that, someone says, hey, what should I read? Part of me wants to really first ask, well, what do you like to read? Like, what do you love to read? And I'm not trying to make a plug for the previous, here's the ones I loved out of 2023, but just to give you a little kind of taste, I did like Legend by Gemmell, and I loved Summer of Night by Dan Simmons. Like, I love coming-of-age books. That's really my jam. And I'm not as... I guess this is going to sound a little bit weird, but I'm not as heavily interested in, like, A Million Battles. I'm really interested in the person. And so, I don't even know if any of these would offer me that. Here's the other one. Nobody I've seen really talk about this yet. The Piper CJ, The Night and Its Moon. This sounded interesting. It's an orphanage, and there's some fae involved, and I don't know, it could be, my cup of tea. So that's one. Okay, I'm curious. And the last book is kind of a new one. Sin Blackie and Helen MacDonald, The Prophet, or just plain Prophet, a novel. And I think this is a sci-fi contribution. Boy, but I don't know, man. I could be wrong. I don't have any idea what this is about. You're like, why did you buy it? Really? Do I need a reason? So these are my books. I'm trying to figure out which one I should jump into next after I finish these last little ones I'm wrapping up. Prophet. Okay. The Night and Its Moon. The Much Beloved, The Bone Ships by r.s.barker. This is Engines of the Empire by R.S. Ford. The Gutter Prayer. Gods of the Weird Wood by Barker. And last but not least, Futures, or The Future. So give me a heads up. Let me know what you think. And I'll try to let you know what I thought. So anyway, I love this stuff, and I hope you do too.